Super Bowl pick'ems. YouTube Ozic going. The Goat House is back with our last NFL pick'em show of the season, but we're not just picking the Super Bowl. We are going over our awards for the season, all the normal NFL awards, and then we have some special Goat House ones. There's some fun ones in there, so excited about it. Join us for our off-season content. We're already getting started on that. We got free agency, draft, trades, cuts, whatever. We got you. So join us. Almost at that 100K, maybe a live stream around 100K to celebrate. But
I'm not centered in my little thing here.
Get centered. Yeah, I'm a little off to the side here.
Yeah,
That's all right. It's okay. Pete's in mine a little bit. It's okay. We're all right.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the standings. Playoff standings. I got 8, Yeller and Junior at 7. They have a shot to tie me. We'll see if it ends in a tie this year. Pete 6, and then the season winner, best score on the entire season. He's not, Larry's not doing so great in the playoffs, but he did win the regular season. That's a lot of picks,
Claps
too.
for Larry.
Claps. I think we already clapped it up one. We're going to do it again.
Yeah,
we're doing
always
it
clap
again.
for Larry.
I think you just feel bad that he's in your spot where you were in the regular season.
I feel your pain, brother.
You bet giving him shit every week, it feels like.
I will.
All right, let's get going here. So we're going to go over the Super Bowl picks right now, and then we'll go over our awards. It should be a lot of fun here. We do have to induct somebody in the Goat House Hall of Fame. There's only one person. All right, we got to figure out how we're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We got to figure that out. Maybe at a different time.
Yes.
But Niners Chiefs. Who you guys got? This is it. This is for all the marbles. You guys got Taylor Swift or you got the Niners?
This is tough because I think that I got to go with who I think I want to win opposed to who I think's going to win.
No, you got to.
I don't know about that.
You got to. Who you?
That doesn't sound logical.
It doesn't sound logical, but I just.
You do what you want, man.
During the season and during the playoffs, you're picking who you think's going to win. This is the last matchup of the year. Give me the Niners.
He's taking the Niners. To me, that sounded like you think the Chiefs are going to win.
I do.
But you're so.
No, give me the Niners.
Okay, he's taking the Niners. So this is basically like a Bears pick.
Well, it's just tough because the Chiefs got the best quarterback in football, so it's how in the world can you go against them, especially when the other quarterback he's playing? It seems like a no-brainer, but that's just what they want you to think. And I do think the Niners are a better all-around team.
A lot of red going on here.
Yeah.
And then my hoodie, too.
Yeah.
Is this what color do you think this is? Remember, you guys were trying to figure it out through the camera on Discord.
It's like a reddish
It's like
salmon.
a punch.
It looks
like a punch.
red there. Like it looks like the Chiefs background.
It's not
on
as
the
red
screen.
as it looks on the screen.
I think it's because there's it's like a darker and a lighter mixed. But on there, it doesn't look like doesn't even look like there's a mix.
It
of
looks
colors.
fuzzy
looks
on
like
the camera. Looks like you're wearing a fuzzy sweater, which it looks comfortable.
I mean, it is soft.
That's pretty soft.
Pretty soft.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
That's soft.
Did you feel it? There you go.
It's nice.
All right. Junior went with the Niners.
Pete, that was a long run, dude.
Pete,
I just went like this. That's all I did. All right. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I mean, I
listen to you,
yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I've been doubting the Chiefs all playoffs, and they've just been proving me wrong. It's ridiculous.
Now you're going to pick them, and they're going to fuck you.
Yeah, maybe. But like you said, I think the Niners are just overall a better team. But they've overcome a lot, though. They probably should have lost to Green Bay. They probably should have lost to Detroit. They came back and won that one. So it's tough to trust these two teams, even though they're here in the final game. But I think it comes down to three things here.
The big three.
Quarterback. Who's got the better quarterback?
Mahomes.
Chiefs. Offensive line.
Chiefs.
You think so?
Yeah.
I was gonna go Niners, but that one's a toss up.
That's
and then
close.
Defense. I'm going with the Chiefs defense. I think the Chiefs defense is playing better. I'm gonna take the Chiefs in this one because I think those are just the most important things that it's proven. It's been proven all playoffs that those three things are what get teams this far.
Niners got to come out hot.
Yeller's taking those Niners. He's joining Junior. The offensive line, the Niners' offensive line didn't look too great against the Lions. I guess it held up in the second half during the comeback. Chiefs' offensive line looks really good, but Joe Thuney's probably not going to play again. But I thought that'd be a problem last week, and I guess we'll say 2 weeks ago, and it was not really. But it is a big-time interior offensive lineman. But they protect Mahomes very well. But yeah, the difference in quarterback play is pretty big. You expected more from the Niners defense, but they've been struggling a little bit in the playoffs. Chiefs pass defense. This is probably the toughest Super Bowl to pick, I think, since we've been doing this. I usually know, and I don't know if I've been right every single time, but I usually know like right away, like I'm going with that team. This one was a little tough. I think McCaffrey could run wild in this game and win the game for the Niners because the Chiefs are really good at stopping the pass, but they struggle a little bit stopping the run. And the Ravens, for some reason, just did not run the football. So it's going to depend on how these teams start. I don't think there's going to be a comeback. It's just, for me, it's just nobody's beating Mahomes in the playoffs. I got to go with Patrick Mahomes. It's just significant quarterback. And I say it every year, you have to have an elite quarterback to win a Super Bowl, and I kind of went against that. I picked the Niners to win going into this. But Purdy is clutch. He plays great, and they got really good playmakers, and it's a really good football team, obviously, well coached. But just the difference in Patrick Mahomes getting the job done, Travis Kelce stepping up at the right time. If he goes back to playing how he was in the regular season, though, maybe they don't win.
Purdy's kind of sneaky fast.
Yeah.
He's got some athleticism.
He's been winning with his legs, but
you know what's sneaky? You know what? Like this whole time, I was like, the Chiefs, I think, knew this too. Like they didn't really need the weapons. Like they have Kelce, obviously, but he's older. But like they knew they'd get rid of Tyreek Hill because they knew Mahomes is just special. He could elevate the team. But they also, I think the best thing about like their team right now, and like not even like the players, it's Spagnuolo. It's like the most underrated like just piece that they have. Like the Giants winning those 2 Super Bowls was because of that defense, and now, you know, you think about it, they have Spagnuolo, who's like one of the best defensive coaches in football, and they got Andy Reid, who's one of the best offensive coaches in football. It's tough to go against that.
Yeah, I just more comfortable with the Chiefs, but the Niners are favored by 2, and that's kind of been staying like that. Surprising, but I mean, if they start with the ball and they just pound it all the way down the field, they can do that. They can control the clock, and it just changes the whole game. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be a comeback in this one. I think whoever just starts the strongest should win. But Super Bowl's different. You got that long ass halftime show that I'm not a fan of, never been.
Usher.
I'm not gonna watch it. I never watch it. So
Kidding me?
I just don't like. I don't like it. I don't like it's. I'm there about the football. Sometimes they make it like the halftime show's bigger than the game, and I don't like that. So I don't know.
What's your favorite Usher song?
It's gotta be yeah.
No, it doesn't gotta be yeah.
Yeah, it
doesn't
does.
It has to be.
No, it's gotta be Love in This Club.
Love in This Club.
That's a jam.
Is that his song or is that Lil Jon?
I don't think
Lil Jon in Love in This Club?
I think he is.
I don't think he is.
No? What am I thinking of?
I don't know. I feel like T-Pain might be in it.
Maybe T-Pain.
Jamie Foxx?
Lil Jon's in
No.
Yeah.
Is there a Jamie Foxx and Usher song?
Usher.
Look it up.
Look it up.
Jamie
Look it up.
Foxx. Let's see if there's
Yeah, I don't know.
I
what
don't
I was
think so.
thinking.
It's Love in This Club by a mile.
Love in This Club.
I don't know what I was thinking
That
of.
is a jam.
We got one more pick for the Super Bowl here. It's Larry. He had something to say.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Well, we all know I'm cursed for the postseason picks, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Chiefs money line. May God bless Brock Purdy and let CMC have yet another legacy game. So he's taking the Chiefs.
I feel good about my Niners pick.
He's rooting for the Niners, but he keeps picking against the Chiefs.
It's like me over here.
Yeah. Man, I picked the Niners to win the Super Bowl going in. I picked them weeks before the playoffs
You're pulling
too.
out now.
And I'm not one to change. So it's gonna. Usually it bites me in the ass. So good sign for the Niners. Chiefs have got enough. I'm not saying I'm rooting against the Chiefs. People always ask me like, who are you rooting for? This, that. I always find myself. Well, if the Vikings are playing, I'm rooting for the Vikings because that's my team. But I always find myself like within the game, who do I feel like is more deserving of winning the game? Like who is? I don't really, if a team wins a Super Bowl off like crazy luck or like call and they're not deserving, the other team completely outplayed them. I don't really love that. So
that's the beauty of the game.
That is the beauty of the game. But I want the most deserving team to win, and we do not know who the most deserving team is yet. It's going to be determined on that football field on Super Bowl Sunday.
Guys, if the Titans made the Super Bowl and it wasn't against one of your teams, like, would you guys root for the Titans for me?
I would.
Okay.
I would
I
actually
appreciate it.
order a tight end shirt
I love it.
and I'd wear it.
Would
Alright.
it say Titans or Titans?
It would say tighten up.
Titan
Titan
up.
up.
Tidan.
Yes, up.
Okay.
Mm.
If they ever next time they make the postseason, we're making those shirts. Tighten up.
Hopefully,
Next year, Pete.
Tighten up, baby.
hopefully Callie could do it.
Kelly. Is that what we're calling them?
Yeah,
Are they-
that's what he goes by.
The
Coach-
Cali Titans.
Coach Callie.
Cali Titans.
Coach
Okay.
Callie.
And there is the last game of the season, and the picks for it. We'll be back next year for more pick'ems. Don't worry, week 1, can't wait. But we're not done here yet. It's time for the 2023. It's mainly based off the regular season. It is based off the awards. Goat House Awards, and here is your voting system, same as last year. So we each have a vote for all these awards, and it's worth 2 points. And the Twitter subscribers get a vote as well. Theirs are worth 1 because there's more of them than there is of us. So that kind of evened it out a bit. But that's pretty big. I mean, just only a 1 point difference there. So they got a lot to say here.
Could be like we could get an old-fashioned split, and then the Twitter subscribers are gonna determine. I don't know if that
I
happened.
mean, there is a tie for the Defensive Player of the Year,
Oh.
but I don't know how to split up the tie.
Oh.
The comment section, you guys. But and then we do have our own personal awards, which we started last year, I think. A lot of fun, and nobody
It was
gets.
longer. I think it was like 2 years ago.
Okay, maybe. Then nobody else gets vote for those. Just
that person.
just each person. So let's start with the most valuable player, and the winner ended up being Lamar Jackson. He received 12 points. Also received votes. Christian McCaffrey got 1 point. Josh Allen got 1 point. So that kind of tells you that Twitter subscribers
split.
gave votes to those guys. It's tough. It's tough. It with the awards being regular season awards, because the awards don't happen until the real awards, like the NFL honors, hasn't even happened yet. So after we've seen all of the playoffs, besides the Super Bowl, so it's tough. So we made it a regular season award, which it is, and I think that's why we all voted for Lamar Jackson. But let's just say that regular season and playoffs both count. Does that change your guys' vote?
Probably.
Yeah.
Who you guys go with?
Ooh.
I go with Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I mean, I go with McCaffrey.
You
Or
can go with Mahomes.
I go Mahomes too. That's
But
what
he
I
was a
say.
little,
But I mean, he's been unreal in the playoffs.
It'd be one of those two.
yeah. So that's just like that, just based off a few games, which they are the most important games. So that's why you could argue maybe it should be based off playoffs plus regular season. So it's tough. It's a tough situation for the NFL, I suppose. But I mean, honestly, they should, if they're regular season awards though, they should give them out like right after the regular season, like a week after. If the wild card round happened, that's okay. But no more than that.
It should be playoffs and all.
It really
be.
should, because that's like the
That's
one
the season.
goal is the Super Bowl for everyone. So like postseason,
Forget the regular season, just the season. That's all.
or they
Including
should,
the
or
playoffs.
they can do them separate: regular season awards and then playoff awards. It'd be
I mean,
pretty
there
crazy,
is. There's a Super Bowl MVP.
I guess.
But it's not the same. I guess.
What
the
would you
same
rather have,
level.
a league MVP or a Super Bowl MVP?
Oh, probably Super Bowl.
Which
to be honest.
what award would you rather have?
100%,
Yeah,
yeah.
Super Bowl MVP.
100%.
100,000%. But
But
Lamar
it doesn't
Jackson.
hold the same weight as like MVPs. People talk about how many MVPs people.
Yeah, people
have.
always remember the previous. I guess
They
do
don't
Super
really
Bowl.
talk about Super Bowl MVPs unless it's like you're talking about that Super Bowl.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, people bring up who won that Super Bowl and be like that team. Like, oh, and then I got to think which player on that team won that Super Bowl MVP.
Right.
Like when we're talking MVP, you remember. Like if you're talking about a specific season, oh yeah, that guy won that year. Yeah, just you remember the one guy. So, but Lamar Jackson had an outstanding regular season. The Ravens were the best team in the regular season. I know playoffs are a different ball game, but I mean, if they would have just ran the ball a lot more to their running backs and had Lamar take off more, I think they could have won the game. I do think. You can't say for sure they would have won the game. Like if you could say if they ran the ball more and Zay Flowers didn't fumble, you can say they had a good shot. But I do think the Chiefs kind of hit the brakes a little bit in the second half on offense to kind of run clock, except for that very last play. But so I do think it could have been a totally different game on both sides. But I was confused about the lack of running the football, especially the 6 total carries for running backs. I mean, just common sense stuff too, because the Chiefs are number one against the pass. They struggle against the run. They just struggled big time the week before against the run, even though they beat the Bills. You're a very good rushing offense. And the pass isn't working too great. You need to get something going. They were calling plays like they were down 500 with 2 minutes to play, and there was a lot of time a lot of time left. So, Lamar could be in the Super Bowl right now. So it's really not all on him. He didn't play the best game, obviously, but I think the main blame is Todd Monken and that offense. How they called that. It was surprisingly bad. But there you have it. Lamar for MVP. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Christian McCaffrey, 12 points, and it's like kind of the same thing, 12 points for the winner, and then a 1 point for Josh Allen, and then 1 point for Tyreek Hill. So I asked, which a lot of people do, so the best non-quarterback if you voted for a quarterback for MVP. So somebody voted for McCaffrey for MVP, so they voted for Josh Allen for Offensive Player of the Year. So that's how that worked out. So I feel like McCaffrey's pretty much a lock to win this. I don't know.
Should be.
Should be. It's been absolutely dominant, and we could see it again in the Super Bowl.
It's just funny how he goes to the Niners and he's just healthy.
Yeah,
all season.
I mean, he gets a little banged up here and there, but it's not the same.
But when he was in Carolina, it'd be like big injuries.
Yeah, the hamstring kept popping up there.
Right, and he's just fine now. Like, it's kind of crazy to me. It almost
Maybe
feels like he was. Yeah, but he's not that kind of guy.
No, I know.
You would think that, but then you're saying,
I think it was because I think it was mainly the hamstring. I think he had more than just the hamstring, but I remember the one year he really messed that up, and he kept trying to play like the week after, and he would just make it worse and worse. So I think it just takes some time to let that heal. So I think he finally let it heal, and then now he's kind of in his prime when it comes to shape, the shape that he's in. So
I mean, look at him.
Look at him.
He's yoked.
Huge part of that comeback in the NFC Championship game. Let's see if he does it in the Super Bowl. Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, this is kind of boring that we got a tie, but I guess not because we got two guys. Myles Garrett and Max Crosby. I almost said Miles Crosby. That's kind of what we got here. So 5 points for Myles Garrett and 5 points for Max Crosby. So that means two of the Goat House guys voted for each. Right? No, actually, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. I know two voted for Max Crosby. Myself and Old Yeller voted for Max Crosby. Junior voted for Myles Garrett. Mm-hmm. And I think we had 3 Twitter subscribers. That's what it was. Vote for Myles Garrett. So that tied it up. TJ Watt got
Pete.
TJ Watt got 2 votes from Twitter subscribers. So, unfortunately, TJ Watt, incredible season, but no votes from the Goat House guys. And then Pete went with Deron Bland, which...
giving the corner some love,
which you're going to... I know you're going to take a little bit of heat for it in the comments, probably, even though you had
Hear
a great...
me out, all right?
Let's hear it.
Made NFL history here. I mean, it's defensive player it's about making game-changing plays, and I get, like, these other 3 guys, like, they sack the quarterback. Those are different. Those are difference-making plays, but Deron Bland had 7 pick sixes. Like, that's insane.
Game-changing.
9 interceptions, 7 pick sixes, which is an NFL record. He scored, what is that, 6 points times 7, scored 42 points for his team. That's insane. I don't know.
Quick math.
I think Bland, I know he got beat a lot and stuff like that, but corners are going to get beat. Like, the receivers are.
And the Packers game doesn't count because it's playoffs.
Receivers are really good in the NFL, and they get a lot of. We already know the penalties and stuff, and how the game's played. Receivers get the advantage.
And what people forget to factor in is the Cowboys run as much man coverage as anybody. So if you're running man that much, it's predictable, and you're just one-on-one. Not a lot of help.
And Diggs went down too. Diggs
went down.
He was the guy.
So Bland is typically a man coverage corner is going to give up more yards, and I think it's sometimes when you see those like stats from like Pro Football Focus, like this guy gave up this many yards this year, and it's like a corner that played a ton of zone. Like, I don't know how accurate those numbers are. They're probably ballpark, but it's really tough to tell. You have to know so they know all the catches they gave up, all the yards they gave up, but they know exactly what coverage they were in on those plays.
Five pick sixes. That's an NFL record. I was like making sure. I thought it was more.
We got the point.
A lot of points.
Yeah, I voted for Max
30
Crosby, which I think was I did my top 100 list, so people probably knew this was coming. A vote for me, and I had Max Crosby as my top defensive player. But I watch a lot of football. I'm sure there's people that watch just as much as me, but maybe not a lot. I watch a lot of football. I watch as many snaps as I possibly can. And the player that stood out the most to me on the defensive side of the ball was Max Crosby. I think he was involved in every single play, chasing guys down across the field, downfield, getting in the backfield, making sacks. He tied the lead in tackles for loss with Daniil Hunter. I got to shout out Daniil Hunter a little bit.
That's why he won the Junkyard Dog of the Year last year.
Old Yeller.
True.
Gave him the junk. We'll see what Old Yeller gets.
See what he
Same
does.
award?
We'll see.
See what happens.
See if he gets another. He's coming away with some hardware here. Let's see if he gets another trophy.
We should send all these guys like some hard.
We do,
but like get like
Don't just blow us up like that.
get like just like a Pee-wee trophy.
just like right over the plaque.
No, just like a
Engrave it?
random. It doesn't even. It's not
Like
like
just a
engraved.
cheap
You
plastic,
can definitely get a custom one.
plastic.
made.
No, but
plastic
we just do like it doesn't even say what the award is. It could be something.
It just says
completely-
their name.
No, it doesn't even say that. It's
What does
just
it
an
say?
award. It could be like a swimming champion, like
Oh.
2009, just like the most random. And then like, imagine them just getting that. It's like what
What is
this?
Must be
It's
a
your award,
must
bro.
be a mistake.
You did it.
It's like,
you did it.
Wait, this box says my
Defensive
name,
Player of the Year.
but
You
why
did
do
it.
I have this? I'm in. We should
Well,
do that.
okay.
I would actually be more a fan of just engraving it, like Goat House Defensive Player of the Year in the year, and then we build up that reputation. Like guys are gonna eventually that's gonna catch on. They're gonna want those.
But the award's got to be nice then.
But the award, no, it's like a little swimming trophy though. But it just says
Okay.
Defensive Player of the Year.
well, swim moves.
Swim moves,
Yeah,
yeah,
I like
for
it.
the defense for the pass. If it's a pass rusher, yeah.
Mhm.
So 3 pass rushers got some points, and then Pete voted for the corner, Deron
It's not
Bland.
It's not a pass. Look at this. The Defensive Player of the Year is turning into the MVP. It's not a quarterback award. It's not a pass rusher award.
Pete, everyone
Last year
likes
I
a
voted
sack
for
line.
Chris Jones.
Come
He's
on.
a interior pass rusher. But now we are on to, what are we on to?
Coach?
Rookie.
Rookie.
That's an obvious one. Offensive rookie of the, even though there's 2 guys deserving of it. It's kind of
cool.
CJ Stroud got 13 points, only 1 point for Puka Nacua, but it doesn't really show that how deserving he is. Like there's 2 guys that are very,
Broke a
very
lot of
deserving.
records as well.
Yeah, and it's just ridiculous that he's not going to be walking away with the award. But it's just CJ Stroud was absolutely absurd, bringing the Texans from worst to first, basically, and winning a playoff game and doing what he did, breaking records. And rookie quarterbacks just don't look that good usually. So, and their offensive line was known as not good. Their receivers were known as not very good, and so I think he deserves a lot of credit for turning that around. But Puka Nacua, every time I watched him, I just was out of my seat too. I just couldn't believe the play that he was in after the catch ability too, and he was clearly getting better as the year went on. So, but this one was, even though it's like close in how they played this year, it's not really surprising that C.J. Stroud got a lot of points, a lot of votes here, and took that home. We'll send him the trophy. Hopefully, he gets it soon. And defensive rookie of the year. This one ended up being a little closer, and there's more players that got votes. And Devin Witherspoon wins with 7 points. Will Anderson was close. The Texans pass rusher, 5 points. So only 2 points off. Kobe Turner received a point, and Brian Branch received a point. The Lions rookie safety. So, and Kobe Turner is a Rams defensive lineman. But yeah, I knew it was going to be a good battle, and I think it will be when it comes down to the NFL Honors Awards. I don't want to say the actual awards. I think these are the actual awards. But I voted for Witherspoon. I think Pete voted for Witherspoon.
Another corner.
I think that was Will Anderson.
You were Will Anderson. Old Yeller was Will Anderson. So then the rest were Twitter subscribers. So Twitter subscribers played a big part of, because the Goat House just between
It was
us
a split.
was a split 2-2 between Witherspoon and Anderson. So yeah, it was really close for me. I went Witherspoon though. I at first I was like, he did miss some games. Anderson rotated a lot though, so they were pretty close in snaps.
He missed some games too. at the
Yeah.
end.
They're both very effective, obviously, for their teams, for their defense, very productive. But I love that Witherspoon, they kind of use him where they need him most. Like, you'll see him actually play not just outside, but in the slot. I think that's extremely hard to do. Corner's already hard enough. But just think about playing outside on one play and then inside on another next play. I actually think inside's harder. I think playing slot corner's harder than outside. It depends on, I guess, on the coverage and what defense you're running. But, yeah, I just hope he can stay healthy because his play style is fun. It's fun, but it kind of could wear him down a little bit with all those hits. And we saw him miss some games this year. So that's the only thing I got on him right now. Like, hopefully his play style kind of holds him up, really. It doesn't wear him down. But very fun to watch. I mean, starting with that Giants game on prime time, the big plays he had in that game, he was everywhere. So, yeah.
He's fun to watch.
We got the coach, though? Is this the coach? It's the coach. D'Amico Ryan's got a ton of points, 10 points. This was tough. This was tough for me. I could have went in several different directions. But, yeah, he got a lot. All the Twitter subscribers voted for D'Amico. And we have a lot more Twitter subscribers that not everyone played along with this one. Maybe they didn't see it. But, yeah, all of them voted for him, so it ended up being a total. I think Pete voted for D'Amico Ryans and Yeller did. I very easily could have voted for D'Amico Ryans. Like, what he did there was ridiculous. I was feeling Matt LaFleur, though. The Packers weren't supposed to be that good, and how he's developed these young players, Jordan Love, and the whole offense. The offensive line was full of young players. They have starters from this past draft. They got a couple drafts, last couple drafts on the offensive line. It looks great. It looks like people are talking like they haven't lost a step at quarterback. They went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. I mean, LaFleur needs some credit there with Jordan Love. But how about the offensive line? It's always been good for Aaron Rodgers, and then just like that, it's still really good no matter who they got out there. And it's just such a well-coached offense. I love that when they win the toss, they take the ball and they want to make a statement. And LaFleur with his script. Usually, you talk about guys' script though. Usually, it's like almost a bad thing. Like the script's so good, you're talking about that because the rest of the game's not. But I think he coaches. He calls a great game throughout the whole game. But I love the start of games, like the statements they make, and they understand their opponent. So that was my thinking with LaFleur. Again, did I factor in the playoffs after seeing the playoffs? But the run they went on to make the playoffs, and then Junior voted for Dan Campbell.
It was close between Campbell and D'Amico Ryan for me. I mean, it was a toss up, but I mean ultimately seeing the Lions like making that playoff berth and actually winning some games is just. And then I would have felt weird about. I voted for C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson, and also D'Amico Ryan. I was like, I can't just go all in on the Texans like that. So that I was
could.
I could, but at the end of the day, I was impressed with Campbell to the point where I think that he's definitely deserving of the award.
Campbell's chunky noodle.
Yeah.
All right. That's the award if he ever wins it. He didn't win it. It's close.
Yes.
So we just send him a can of that.
Okay. You think he eats that?
Probably.
Definitely
eats everything.
He eats everything. Yep. He's always got a chaw in.
Oh my
on the sideline.
Even when he's being interviewed.
I think he swallows that shit.
That interview. What game was it before where Michael Strahan was just interviewing him, and he just had the hugest chaw in his mouth. She's like, is it at all moments?
So we can send him some chaw too if he wins.
Yeah.
He doesn't get a trophy, so he gets the chunky noodle and then he gets the chaw.
We'll mix it.
Yeah.
We'll just send him a bowl of soup with chaw in it.
That's not good.
You'd be like, what the hell is it? He'll probably eat it. He probably won't even just.
The box is soggy.
He just opens it and just goes to it like it's nothing, like he was expecting it almost. Well, okay, comeback. Player of the year goes to Baker Mayfield. I almost wish this wasn't Baker Mayfield just for the next award. It would have been funnier, but very important. We do have to point out that Junior, for this award, you voted for.
Joe Flacco.
He voted for Joe Flacco. That's very important to remember that Junior voted for Joe Flacco. But I voted for Baker. Well, this was interesting. Look how many guys got votes.
Yeah.
So I voted for Baker, and Yeller voted for Baker, and that did it. So because there were so many other guys that got votes. Damar Hamlin got 3. I think Pete voted for Damar Hamlin, and he got 1 more point. Joe Flacco got points from Junior, and then one other person. I thought about Stafford. It was – Flacco's deserving. All these guys are deserving. And somebody voted for Purdy. I like that one, actually. Like how he got injured and just wasn't right in that late last year, the NFC Championship game. Like there was actually some thought, like is he going to be right when he comes back? And now he's still going. He's in the Super Bowl. So I actually thought that was a really good vote. But considered all these guys listed I considered, but it really, for me, it was between Baker and Stafford. I think he was underrated this year. I thought he was one of the better players in all of football. I thought, maybe we consider him for the MVP at one point. And he's coming off that injury last year, and you just think, he's not the same. It doesn't feel like he's the same. And for him to do that, and the Rams kind of make their roster worse this offseason, and for him to play that well, and he's the best player on this list, I've really thought about that. But Baker, he didn't work out with the Panthers. Like, he hasn't been working. He didn't work out with the Panthers. They had him playing defensive end for scout team, and you ever see that video?
No.
And then now he goes to the Bucs and wins the division, the Panthers division, and he looked really solid this year. And again, the Bucs were better without Tom Brady and with Baker Mayfield. Am I saying Baker's better than Tom Brady? No, but that's still pretty remarkable there. So that was my main thinking and reasoning for Baker Mayfield, but yeah, it was good to see a good list of guys getting votes, but it was very close. 4 points for Baker, 3 for Hamlin, and 3 for Flacco. It was very close to being one of those guys. And if I would have voted for Stafford actually would have got it then, because that would have been 6 points and 2 for Baker. Maybe I should have changed my vote to Stafford just for.
Yeah, you weren't thinking.
Just for your award. I actually thought about it when we were whipping the graphics up, me and the graphics guy. I'm like, no, I can't change just because of that.
I wish Flacco played more, to be honest. That's the biggest knock.
Yeah. So there's your comeback player of the year. Junior voted for Joe Flacco.
I did. Let's get that right.
And now it's time for Junior's award. Junior is the only person that gets a vote for Junior's award, and his award is Junior's actual comeback player of the year, and it's Baker Mayfield.
That's right. Like I said, Flacco didn't play the full year, and I think that Baker, what he's done, this award, it's like, yes, it's guys coming back from injuries should be on this list, but I think that the fact that like Baker was just like disregarded and kind of came back and to the point where no one thought the Bucs were going to be anything because Baker, and then he just comes in and just kind of lights it up, wins the division. It's kind of incredible. And Baker's my guy.
Who do we think's actually going to win the award?
Baker.
DeMar Hamlin.
I think DeMar Hamlin's going to win.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know about that.
But back to your award, I think you picked up, because last year was Baker, right?
Yep.
Your award? I don't even know what your award was.
It was about a guy learning the playbook on the plane ride and then coming in and scoring.
I think you had a name for that. Or it was really long. Yeah. But I think you choose the player.
And I make the award work for him.
Yeah. So it's Baker. I think we can come to expect Baker Mayfield every year.
Yep.
At this point.
Yeah, that's right. But this one, he's actually deserving of comeback player of the year. So this one I feel better about
than last year.
Last year, I was just like, how can I make Baker win an award?
Yeah. So you think he's actually going to win? We should have been doing that all along. You think he's going to actually win the award? Me and Pete think the actual winner is going to be DeMar Hamlin. I think D'Amico Ryans probably wins coach. Offensive rookie, I think Stroud wins the actual one. Defensive, I think Witherspoon gets it. That'd be a battle between Witherspoon and Will Anderson. I think we talk about. I think Lamar we think is going to win MVP. McCaffrey. Defensive, I think Myles Garrett's probably going to win. Even though I voted for Max Crosby, but all right, what do we got next? Pete's Buy Team of the Year.
You're welcome, Junior and Dan. You're welcome.
They got something. They got something.
They got it.
So during the year, every single year, we always have a special thing for the buy teams that Pete. I don't know where we came up with that, but what did it?
I think it was because when you guys started to do you like picked the winner of the bye week. I was like, this is stupid. So you guys were like, all right, let's come up with something for you to do.
Yeah, and it was like favorite player on each team, and then it was favorite food from each city or favorite stadium.
Yeah.
And then this year we did something a lot different. We had a tier list, and you put the buy teams in the tier list, and at the top it was Pete's buy team of the week, and no one ever got placed there. No one was.
This is the highest honor.
Worthy enough of getting there.
Wow.
So what's the reasoning for Pete's buy team of the year?
Here's the reasoning.
Don't be mean.
Not being mean.
Okay.
So the tier list. We talked about the tier list. There was my buy team of the week.
See, I think I blew this too because
next was better luck next year, and then it was decent at best. And then the last two categories was thanks to former defensive coordinator Alan Williams of the Chicago Bears. We had inappropriately bad and criminally bad. So for that, I'm going to give the Bears the bye team of the year because they made that whole tier list every single week.
They got it, yeah.
Possible.
And how were that? People are probably confused. So Bears defense coordinator he was under investigation for something, and then he got fired, and he did something sketchy, but we never learned exactly what it was. And people were kind of speculating, coming up with shit.
We know what he did.
Maybe it was accurate.
We know what he did.
And was it Eberflus that said it? The inappropriately?
No, it was like a Schefter.
It was Schefter.
Okay, it was but it was a quote.
Yeah.
From the Bears, somebody in the Bears organization. It said what he did wasn't criminally bad, but it was inappropriately bad. Somewhere along, something like that. So that's where we came up with the tiers, and we were using those
Bears
throughout the year in picks. Inappropriately bad, criminally bad. So I almost, because I came up with the award for Pete. I'm like, what could Pete do? And then he chose. I didn't choose the winner for it. I just came up with the award. I almost did Pete's inappropriate team or player of the year. Would it have been the Bears? What if it was criminal? Would it have been the Bears?
No.
What about the Bears?
No, they weren't criminal.
They didn't get charged?
So
No.
That's why I said I probably blew it coming up with the award. I probably should have done Pete's inappropriate.
They got it. No
They
matter
got
what.
it.
What do we think he did?
I don't think we can say.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got to guess.
Well, it wasn't criminal, so it's like.
Right, that's why I got a good guess.
Can you say it on the?
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't
air?
think it's. I don't think it's bad. I mean, it's
all right. What do you
straight.
got?
It's straight opinion. I feel like he just probably cheated on his wife or something like that.
That's
what
it
it
came
kinda
out when the
feels like.
Celtics coach did it.
Yeah, but didn't he get in trouble? No. The Celtics coach was in a relationship.
With somebody on the staff.
Yeah.
But he was also cheating on his wife.
No, I don't think he had a wife.
No, he had a wife.
Yeah,
it was
he
that
did.
I forget the actress's name. From Big Mama's house.
Oh.
Big Mama's house.
Big Mama? Martin Lawrence?
Martin
No.
Lawrence, yeah.
All right, Chicago Bears
There
took
you
home
go.
some hardware.
It's for you and Dan right there.
Let's go.
Now it's
Give me
time
the
for
award.
mine. Last year I did because last year I came up with the whole Panthers thing, so I did the Panther of the year. Frankie Lavu won that.
Frankie Lavu.
But
He's a free agent.
Titan.
it's a good free agent.
It's gonna be
Titan?
Titan.
He's gonna go to the
What
Titans.
about Patrick Queen, though?
I could have done. He's good. He can play.
And he
What
played
about the Seahawks
for
for
the
him,
Raven?
though?
Yeah,
Mike
that's
McDonald.
true,
They
yeah.
need a linebacker.
Denard
Both
Wilson,
their
Denard
linebackers.
Wilson.
Yeah, but he's a DB's guy.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, so Geno Stone.
Riz's ass beating of the year
Oh, I
goes
love it.
goes to the
Oh,
Raiders.
why? It should have been snot pounding of the year.
No, it's Riz's ass beating of the year. Las Vegas Raiders beat the Chargers 63-21. That game was over instantly. It was an absolute ass beating. Jack Jones had an insane pick six in that game, but this game was over right away. They were having fun out there. It's really when the Antonio
That was
Pierce.
the Antonio Pierce game right
They
there.
really got going. Their momentum really got going.
Stogies.
But I'm sure all of you that are watching this know, unless you don't follow me on Twitter, we're kind of known for that on Twitter. People love it. As soon as it becomes an ass beating during the game, I tweet out ass beating in Vegas.
You should start putting the alarm emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you
Breaking,
got.
ass
Yeah.
beating
Yeah,
in
breaking.
Vegas. We've been doing that for years. This year we started saying snot pounding, so it was ass beating, and if they got even more of an ass beating, I started tweeting out snot pounding.
Oh, God.
So
Here
we're
we
not
go.
done yet. The snot pounding of the year goes to the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, God.
70 points. They hung 70 on the Denver Broncos. 70-20. I still can't believe that. When they did that, it was crazy. It was kind of like the H.N. coming out
Yeah.
game too. He got rolling. It was like
Everybody got rolling.
Everybody got rolling that one. 70 freaking points. So that was the snot pounding. Snot pounding wasn't even a thing at that time. I came up with that mid to late year. That was early year.
That was the Missouri, Arkansas.
Yeah, that's where I got that from. Somebody called in. I think I talked about it on the video.
The Fine Bomb show.
Yeah. Somebody was like hyping up Missouri. A caller was hyping up Missouri, then an Arkansas fan called in. It was like some old lady. She's like, I don't know what that lady's smoking. When the Razorbacks come to town, we're going to pound the snot out of them.
That's
Okay.
a good way to say it.
And they did not. They got the snot pounded out of them, actually. Missouri
Missouri
was
was legit.
very good football team. Arkansas was not. So there you have it. I had two. I had an ass beating, and I had to.
Junkyard dog. I need a Junkyard Dog award.
What's a dog? It's the old Yeller's dog of the year.
Ooh.
And that goes to Kyle Hamilton. I think that playoff game he played. I mean, he was great all year. He's everywhere playing multiple positions. But and the Ravens lost that game, but I think the best performance I've seen in the playoffs, or I mean, you could argue Kelsey in the same game or Mahomes in the same game, but that Kyle Hamilton performance in that game.
What game was it that he like batted the? He like jumped up and like batted the.
I think it was the first play of the game.
Interception.
Was it a Browns game?
A pass, and he just like caught it and pick-sixed it. It was just incredible.
I feel like that was a Browns game. It was like the first play of the game or
Yeah,
something.
it was incredible.
Yeah, he's everywhere. He's playing.
No, coached him up.
Your guy.
My guy, Darrell Wilson.
So that's Old Yeller's dog of the year, but he's not done because we had a junkyard dog. It's Max Crosby. I think Max Crosby took home the junkyard dog of the year last year. 2-time. He's the 2-time junkyard dog of the year, and so he's another trophy. He got one last year. He never told us if he got it or not, but he got one for being the junkyard dog of the year last year. Now he gets it again, but he also gets the defensive player of the year. So is Myles Garrett, 2 guys. Defensive player of the year award. So a big night here for Max
crazy,
Crosby.
Right?
He's crazy.
He's crazy?
He's absolutely crazy.
Okay. Just want to get that out
Yeah,
there.
absolutely psychopath. Absolute psychopath.
He has to be.
Absolutely.
Do you think he can have a normal conversation?
I don't know.
He's probably one of those guys you talk to him and you're just like, man, this guy's got way too much energy for me right now.
Yeah.
I
get you going though. I want more energy.
just during like your normal like a Tuesday afternoon, you're just like, all right, buddy, calm down.
Relax.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No, I want all of it. All the time.
I don't know
Okay.
how,
Energy
I
to you know what
I don't know how he has that much energy on the field. Like, I mean,
I've
it's tough. It's just tough to like play at that with that much energy, play after play after play. It's just unbelievable.
I've determined that energy determines. I'm using that word a lot. Energy determines my mood. Is that for everybody else too? Like if I'm awake and I'm like I can, because energy determines like focus for me. I can't be focused unless I have energy. So I'm not in a great mood unless I'm energized, focused, ready to roll.
So when it's like time to go to bed, you don't have a lot of energy, but you're.
I guess we
Then
can make
your
an
mood-
exception for that. Well, if
I'm tired and relaxing, but I know I'm like not gonna sleep, I'm just relaxing. It's not gonna ruin my mood.
yeah, see, I don't really get like that. I gotta if I'm I don't want to like relax during the day. I wanna if I'm like tired and it's time for bed and I can sit and watch something until I fall asleep, I'm good. I'm feeling pretty good actually. But I guess it's a during the day thing. Like if I don't have energy during the day, I'm pissed off.
You ever thought about testosterone?
I have. I think you've brought it up to me. I got to get that checked out.
I think I get that checked out, brother.
They got to give me a shot right in my bum. You think
It's in your hip, but yeah.
hip? Okay.
Yep.
Same thing. You think Max Crosby gets those?
I don't know if they're allowed to.
Or you think the smelling? Maybe we got to get some smelling salts because he's always pounding those on the field.
That might be but I feel like a lot of players do.
We should have came up with more awards. I think we say we're gonna do it every year. We didn't do it. Like
This was good though. I think
it's
we got
good.
a little more.
We're not done. We got one more. But
Who's?
the most prestigious award in all of football, Danny's Man of the Year.
Oh no
This is the
way!
best
I
one.
talked to Dan. I talked to him.
Is
Not you this time,
You really
me.
talked to him this
I
time?
talked to Dan. It's the biggest award
Oh God, I don't even know who this is gonna be.
ever. But we could have done like
I got a
smelling
feeling-
salts.
I got a feeling I know who it is.
Smelling salts pounder of the year. Like who would get that? Adam Gase. He's not even in the league anymore, but he was pounding the smelling salts.
Well, we don't even know. Like, the craziest thing about that Adam Gase interview is like, as far as everyone knows, like he was acting like that sober. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
There's no way he was sober.
I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen his eyes do that besides that interview.
And like, who comes to, like, that's a big interview. You just get hired on as a coach. That's a pretty big interview. Who's getting sloshed or something before that? Like, who's doing that?
Word choice.
Um,
Yeah, it's just not a good decision there.
Something was wrong with him.
Maybe
something.
Maybe he was super nervous. I don't know. His eyes get like that because he's super nervous.
You saw the white all the way around his eyeballs. If anybody ever does that, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Dan Cheese.
Dan Cheese's Man of the Year. I mean, this is the award. Everyone watched. They just had to get through the rest of it.
Does he have Travis Kelce because of Swift, or is he not a big Swift guy?
Ooh.
I don't think he's a big Swift guy.
Oh.
Last year, Denny Kellington won, who saved the trainer that was responsible for saving Damar Hamlin. That was a really good pick.
That was a good pick by him.
That was the man of the year. That was like 100%, and Danny did it right. Year before,
Was it Mitch? Was it Mitch Trubisky?
was it? I know McVay won one year.
Yeah.
Sean McVay. This year, Danny's man of the year goes to Jake Browning, the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback.
I like how he's like barely.
He's like cut off. He's like cut off.
He's right there. What are you talking about?
He's just barely.
I mean, he won for his incredible work off the field, on and off the field, stepping in for Joe Burrow, doing what he did. I know it kind of tailed off a little bit at the end there, beating his former team, the Vikings, in a crazy comeback, and his work off the field played a massive part. Massive.
That's funny.
Massive part. What? Too bad Dan's not here. Call him. Call Dan. You think he's going to answer?
Dan.
You're not calling him?
I'm not calling.
We should have told him, like, we're going to call you. I actually meant to think of that, but we didn't.
The graphics guy did good with this one.
Did good?
I love how he's cut off.
Yeah, he's like, you should have cut
He's
it off.
right there.
He should have cut it off even more. Like
my
barely had his eyes in there, like his
Oh my
right
God,
eye in
that's
there.
so funny. No, just like cut it off right above her head. So
Yeah,
he's like,
you can see like half his face.
When that happened with his girlfriend in the stands, I tweeted I'd wear the shit out of that bodysuit. I was being funny, like I was saying I would wear that, but people thought I was.
You were serious.
No, people thought I meant it a different way. Like I would wear her,
you?
like I would wear her down, like like that's what they thought. Like that was
What?
they made it weird.
Can we get bodysuits like that?
We can.
We should get
Next year we're gonna.
Goat House bodysuits.
We should get them like that, but like just
I don't know
like,
if I've seen a guy wear a
you pick
bodysuit.
you pick a player like that, like they'll get custom ones like that with the number,
Yep.
and the.
And
How
we're gonna show
how
it
does
off.
one go about getting a custom bodysuit?
I don't know.
Maybe she owns her own shop.
Yeah, I mean, I'll contact her.
All right.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
I want a Will Levis one.
Bodysuit.
Number 8.
You
it's
take a
bodysuit.
picture and tag
Yeah.
Will Levis. You're like, all right, this
100%.
creep,
100%.
this weirdo.
We
What's
could
this
have
guy up
inflatable
to?
cups.
Inflatable cups.
What? Like cup, the protector cup,
Yeah.
and you just what you? Oh, like dodgeball?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's what I knew what he was talking about right away. When he said inflatable cups, that's what I knew right away.
Jake Browning, man of the year.
Wow.
What a guy.
All right. Yeah.
You know who coached him up?
Cali?
Cali, baby.
Cali Titans.
Let's go.
The Cali Titans.
How do you go? Never mind.
What?
How do you wear like if I'm gonna wear a bodysuit like that, I'm not gonna be the only one in the bodysuit.
She's supporting her guy.
No, but
Her
she,
man,
like,
her
she
man.
came to the game in a group, right? It's like, hey, let's all get bodysuits. It'll be fun. No,
That'd be
it's like-
weird if her friends were wearing Jake Browning bodysuits, I feel like.
I guess.
Who would have won man of the year then?
Yeah.
That's true.
I guess Jake Browning still.
Still, yeah.
That would be
Still
even
Browning.
better. That would have even been better.
Oh, Dan.
Oh, Dan.
You never
what
know
are-
what you're gonna get with that.
That
guy.
rascal.
What are we going to do with you, Dan? Oh, Baxter.
What?
Baxter.
Oh, Baxter.
That's where that's from. Anchorman. Go, Baxter. Semi-Pro was on last night. I haven't seen that in a while.
Interesting.
It's a
I haven't
fun-
seen that in so long.
It's a
It's a
fun
great
one.
movie.
All I remember is the corn dogs.
Corn dogs, Jackie.
Yeah, he tackled Brokaitis because he didn't want them to score 100 points or whatever it
For
was.
the corn dogs.
Bronchitis.
And Brokaitis couldn't speak English, so he's like, God damn it, Brokaitis, learn English. And he's looking at him like, what?
That's literally the only scene I
He's
remember.
like, why did you tackle me?
It's a great movie.
Oh my god.
There's our awards. Super Bowl picks. What a time. We still have to do. This is usually a stream. We did it. We still have to give away. GLD. There's a tweet. We gotta figure that out.
We gotta
We-
pick. We gotta
We
induct
gotta
someone.
figure out a tweet. What?
We gotta
I'll figure
induct someone.
We gotta induct somebody in the Hall of Fame,
into the Goat House Hall of Fame.
and we're almost at 100K. Do we do a stream for 100K? We gotta do something. I think I said I was getting a tattoo at 100K. I think I said that at like 10K.
You gotta get the Goat House logo right here.
Right there.
Huge.
I think in a couple weeks we do a little, like right before free agency starts, we get a little live
Wet
stream.
and dirty? We get a little wet and
We
dirty?
get a little wet and dirty and get a little live stream for that. And then we also get to field some questions on some free agency.
Maybe the giveaway then? It's supposed to be now, but
You guys let us know.
you guys let us know who your man of the year is. You think let us know if Dan made the right choice. I think he made a hell of a choice. Okay. Oh, get another look. Another look. What?
His man of the year was.
Huh?
His man of the year was Jake Browning.
Yeah. What'd I say?
the more I'm processing his pick, it doesn't make. All right, we're good.
We're good?
Jake
good.
Browning
No, yeah, I got it. We're good.
All right. He's got it.
did some great things.
Well, okay, that's going to do it for us. For not forever, though. We got content pretty much every day. We got the off season. I mean, it's a special time of the year for free agency
It's
stuff.
the most
Wonderful time of the year.
There you go. Beautiful.
Thanks. Will we make a separate channel and we sing? Do sing-alongs, the words at the bottom with like something bouncing on the words?
We'll make a soundtrack.
It'll be silly songs with the Goat House.
So we'll make our own CD, yeah. And we'll buy a commercial. We'll do a commercial. Just
You ever watch VeggieTales?
No.
No, it was like a cartoon, and there's a segment where they had it was silly songs with Larry,
Silly songs.
and Larry was a cucumber,
Okay.
so we could do like silly songs.
Remember you and Dan recorded songs?
I think
We
they
sang "Summer Lovin'" on a live stream.
Summer
took them
Lovin'.
down.
That was we opened the live stream with "Summer Lovin' karaoke.
No, remember like our song? Like we had a Maury Cooper song
Oh yeah,
Amari Cooper.
and Tamba Hali and
I don't know if he actually sang that.
we had some good times back then.
We did have some good times.
that was
back then.
when
We made like a skit like every week. Yeah, we're waiting for Pete. Everyone was off work, waiting for Pete, and we would come up with some stupid skits and shit.
Yep.
Stupid shit.
The best part was I don't think. All right, maybe once I'll give us the credit that the skit was done before Pete showed up.
Oh yeah, he was always walking in on it. Like, what the hell? It was something new every time. We were like dressed in something different. Like, good times.
Pete
Good
didn't know what
times.
to expect. His whole ride home, he's just like,
What are they doing?
I wonder what they're doing.
What are they up to?
Remember we wrote Pete a love letter and left it on his car?
Yeah.
And he thought it was.
What?
I just heard that now. Remember,
No, I did not think it was anybody.
you were
I knew it
mad.
was you guys.
No, because we had softball, and he worked really close to softball.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know where we came up. He's like, let's
Let's write him a love
write him a love letter, make him think it's from some girl or something. And then we were supposed to meet up at B-Dubs, and we were already in there. And he comes over. You came in, and you slammed the
Yeah, I do.
the letter on the table.
You guys
are
you guys just lost it. Then you guys started
You
laughing.
guys are idiots. I just remember that now. I know.
There was not a second.
Where's
of-
that letter? Did you throw it away? We
I
had
think
to
so.
have
I
kept
think
that.
so.
We
I
had to
threw
have
it on
kept
the table.
that. We had to have kept that. There's no way we let that be crumbled up and thrown away.
I was reading it. I was just confused, and I was like, "Oh, it was definitely them." Like right away.
Was the handwriting? Did we sell it?
Yeah,
Wait, you knew from the handwriting, or did we
I think
sell it?
that was no. I think you gave it away with the handwriting.
We should've
I
typed
really
it.
wish I could read it back. I have no idea what it says.
That's wild.
I just remember that. Good times. We had some good times back then.
Good times.
Softball was a great time.
Yeah, I got sick of it.
I'm in a league now where I gotta lie about my age.
How old are you?
How old am I?
In
Or how
in the league.
I'm 30.
You're 30?
Yeah.
It's a 30 and over league?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You're almost there.
I thought you were going to say you had
You're
to
on
say
your
you were
way.
14.
I
am
it's
12. What is
little,
the bench warmers?
I am 12.
Is it 12? I don't know.
That's the guy from Prison Break.
Yeah.
It's a great actor.
All
Great
right.
show. Watch the show.
Good
Write
show.
Pete a love letter in the comments.
Yes.
Best one. Best love letter
Gets read on stream.
gets read on stream and a potentially inducted into the Goat House Hall. of Fame.
Depending on how good it is.
Yeah, we can't just give these things away. You know, it's a serious.
It's only one a year.
Yeah.
One a year. But we
We
know
only,
the
we,
second.
only give one gold jacket away a year. I mean, that's prestigious.
Prestigious everything here.
Mm-hmm.
One bust. We only make one bust for you.
I just licked my microphone by accident. I think it's time to wrap up the video. That will do it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.